ladies, welcome to Lanmoutarot. This is a general reading for Libra Sun Moon Rising for the second week of July 2019. Oh, that was fast. This is the Doreen Virtue Daily Guidance Oracle deck. Card already jumped out for you, Libra, but let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have go for it. Your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. We've been working with you on this situation since its genesis, and we continue to watch over you and everyone involved. Stay on your present path as it will take you very far indeed. That's a beautiful message, Libra. And here's the card that jumped out for you is notice the signs. Yes, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you're loved and never alone. That you're loved and never alone. Some of you may want to meditate on this. This is my first deck ever. I used to use this. I feel like putting this one right here for you, Libras. I got this deck to use in my daily meditation. And when I first got this deck, I didn't even realize I was reading cards or didn't know anything about the tarot. That was 2 years ago. We have two cards that jumped out for you. This is the Cosmic Tarot. We have the Two of Swords and the Five of Wands. Need one more. Two of Swords is the card of the moon in Libra. So for those of you that have your moon in Libra, that's of this message may be of greater significance to you. Okay. And this person here, the swords are planted and they're not looking even towards the swords, okay? We think of Libra as finding balance and justice and fairness in situation. And the moon sometimes can, especially here is showing a full moon on this card, okay? The moon sometimes, look at the way she's looking. She's not even looking at the swords over there. She's looking over the other way. So the moons can keep things sometimes in the shadow, right? We don't see all the details. We don't see all the things that we need to see. We don't know everything we need to know in order to make the fair and just decision. So sometimes that's why it's better to just sit still and to delay making a decision and to just pause and watch things develop until that phase is over, until the clarity comes through. We almost had a flipper, but if it's supposed to come out, it will. That's way too many. Or is it? They want me to go with them. All right. I listen, okay? Here we have the Five of Swords. And this is an interesting Five of Swords. But let's go work first with that pile that came through. We have three cards that came through. We have the Ten of Wands. And by the way, the ones we have here, we have the Two of Swords, the Five of Wands that came, the first two cards we have. And we have the Ten of Wands, and I'll separate them. We have the Princess of Wands, a lot of fire energy for you, Libra. And we have the Eight of Swords, okay? And we have the Eight of Swords. So I'll keep those two like this, and I'll keep those three like that, the last three that came, that jumped out. And let me pull those so we can see all the cards on the table. Okay, so that is a lot of information, but here the three cards in the middle here, we have a lot of wands being sandwiched between those two swords cards, okay? And we know the wands cards deals with fire energy, deals with actions and passion, okay? So it's as if like your passion is being sandwiched by all those thoughts of, like, because the swords deal with the mind, okay? And we're talking about thoughts here. And the Two of Swords, like I said, it's like in the right away we see this lady, usually it's like Lady Justice and wearing that white robe and blindfolded, right? It's like almost like not wanting to see what's happening on the outside, so the judgment that comes through can be fair and just. So so she's not biased towards one way or another. So here we see it's a two of swords, but we have the two swords here, She's not looking at the sword. She's looking over there at the reflection of those two swords in the water. Okay, we're looking, and that reflection is through the moon. So I don't know if she's looking at the swords, but she's looking towards it, I should say, that on that end, like at the reflection of the swords. So this is like during this, especially during that full moon that's coming for you, Libra, I feel like there may be a decision that you're contemplating. There's a path that you're trying to follow. There's a way of doing things. You're trying to decide between two ideas, two thought processes, between two paths, okay, two ways of doing things, and you're trying to decide. And it's as if almost you don't even want to look at them right in the face. You would rather look at the reflection. You would rather look at the shadow of the things, so you could make that decision, okay? Because you want to be fair so badly about this. You really wanna come from a place of like non-bias, from a place of fairness about this whole thing. But there's a challenge here. It seems like, okay, and it's almost like you feel like you need to delay making that decision until the clarity come through, because what you're looking at right now is a shadow of what's in front of you. It's a shadow of it. It's not really the real thing, and you understand that. You're looking at the reflection of the swords in the water. You're not really looking at the swords itself, okay? It's almost kind of like if you have two ideas to choose from, you're not really looking at the ideas at face value. You're looking at perhaps who brought those ideas, or you're looking at perhaps the intentions of the ideas, or the benefit they could bring, like the things that are around it, not so much the ideas themselves on their own merit, if you will. And the next card you had coming right after this was the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is a card of debate, right? Heated debate, passionate debate, okay? Sometimes, like here we see two men fighting mano a mano, but a lot of times, like, we see like five people in there, right? There's a one on the floor here. One is on the floor, and they each have two ones that they're fighting with. So there's a sense here between those two ideas. If we look at those two people, between those two people, those two paths you have to choose from, okay? There's some kind of stability to be had here, okay? Whatever is that fifth element that put things out of balance, or that's creating that confusion, that conflict, it's gonna drop. Something needs to be dropped so that balance can remain. So that excuse me, and I'm losing my voice. And again, we're talking about debating here. So that's them bringing me back. Something needs to be communicated, okay? The communication, that debate needs to remain between the things that are within the perimeter of those ideas you are contemplating, those ideas that you are trying to decide on. Okay, there's not a third wheel, there's a fifth wheel here that needs to be dropped. Here we have two swords, but we have four swords that show because of the reflection. Here each of them are holding two wands, and again a sense of stability. Let's not forget, underneath the deck here we had the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is the card of conflict, conflicting thoughts. And sometimes it's not so much conflict with another, it's conflict within ourselves. And looking at this card here, especially looking at this depiction, the picture that's showing up here on this card, it is truly conflict within the self. Because we see here that gentleman is laying on the ground on his back, and it's almost like he has surrendered. Okay, I let go. I cannot control all those ideas. I cannot control all those thoughts. Each one of those words represent those thoughts, those ideas that are coming through. It's as if to say, I'm just gonna plant them, and we'll look where they're planted. Not directly into the ground. They're planted through a lotus flower onto the ground. The lotus flower, oh, there's a beautiful yellow butterfly that's giving a show out here. I face my front yard doing this reading, okay? It's so pretty. This swords are planted through the lotus flower, showing a higher level of consciousness. So it's as if it's a sense of releasing control here, of surrendering. Okay, like you're not gonna allow these thoughts to take too much space into your mind, to create all that conflict, all that anxiety inside your head. You're going to lay them on the ground, and it's going to your consciousness, to your higher self, to your higher mind. Okay, you're not going to obsess over them to bring low vibrational energy to you. You're just gonna make sure that those ideas, that they go to something higher, to your higher mind. And here you go, laying down surrendered. That conflict that's in your mind, you are learning to master it. And look at the synchronicity in the colors here. You see, look at the sky here. It's the same sky. See that pink hue sky we have here on those 2 5s? I love that. So for a lot of you Libra, what I feel like, it's almost like you're finding your voice, okay? You're finding your voice in a situation. You're finding your voice in a way for you to relay your own truth, your information. You're trying to find your way forward in making a decision, and for you to make the best decision for you and for everybody involved, okay? And you're not going to allow anyone or any action, any thought to come and wound it for you. And in so doing, in clearing your mind and finding that stability, you're laying down a burden. This is the 10 of Wands, okay? You're laying down the burden. The 10 of Wands is a kind of like heavy responsibility, carrying a heavy load all by yourself on your back. You're laying down that burden, okay? You're learning to surrender, to not allow all this thoughts in your mind, like you have to think all of it through. You have to make all those decisions. You have to take all these actions. You're learning to speak up for yourself. You're learning to stand up for yourself. You're learning to fight your own battle. You're learning to master your own mind, your own thoughts. And in so doing, you're literally laying down the burden, laying down that heavy load on your back. And let's not forget, the card at the bottom was go for it. That your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. So if you've been praying on that thing, you've been praying on trying to make that decision, on choosing that path, Spirit heard you. They are helping you along this path. Okay, and I feel like that's how you've been able to really master this part, which is that mind, the mind part. Is very important here. It's very important here. And here we have the Princess of Wands. She's fierce. Look at her. She's fierce. Yes, this is your full energy. This is someone studying in the world, like, right? This is a young adult trying to follow her passion, trying to make a name for herself, trying to prove herself. She's passionate about the things that she takes on. She's not afraid to go if she must go. She's not afraid to fight if she must fight. Okay? She follows her intuition too. And she also knows how to use her feminine energy, how to use that to her advantage. This is the Eight of Swords. This is the card of feeling stuck. Sometimes mentally stuck in a situation. Look, nobody is stuck here. First of all, there's not one person in here. Even if one person was to be stuck, someone would find their way out. Okay? They're walking. She's on the move. You can see her having one step forward. That right foot is moving. She's on the move. She's not getting stuck in any kind of mental game. She's not getting stuck in any environment, in any situation. The burdens have been laid down. The mind has been mastered and conquered, and you understand now how to make the most of it. And you are removing yourself from any situation where you felt stuck. And all of this is happening. There's no major arcana here. This is all you doing, okay, Libra? And that's requiring a lot of energy, a lot of strength from you. This is all you doing. And yes, Spirit is helping you. Okay, they're telling you to stay on your present path, as it will take you far. They're acknowledging that's you doing it. We've been working with you on this situation since its genesis, from the beginning. We've been working with you since the beginning. Yes, it's been a long fought battle. You had to fight all along. But you are on your way. Go for it. Keep going. Don't stop. You're all taking the right steps. Okay? They're working with you. They're working along path. Even if sometimes you feel alone in this path, Libra. Even if sometimes you feel kind of abandoned. Even if sometimes you cannot feel the love. Just know the divine, God, your angels, your ancestors, Spirit, they're working with you. You are not alone. Read that last sentence here. What does it say? Exactly. They are sending you all the signs with your feathers, coins, and other signs you put on your path to remind you that you're loved and never alone. because there is a sense here, there are times, because all of this, there's no major arcana here, that you have to take on these fights and these battles all by yourself, carrying that burdens all by yourself that you had to drop, learning to stand up for yourself, even though you feel youthful, you don't have the maturity yet of a queen, of a king, right? You don't have all their resources, but you're still going along, you're still doing the work, you're still pushing yourself, you're still fighting your battle, you're still fighting those ideas, your thoughts, the negativity, the heavy burden. You're still doing the work, you're still doing all of this yourself, but you're not alone, you're being helped. Even when you don't feel it, you're being helped. Okay, that's a message of comfort I want you to keep with you, Libra. You are not alone. Spirit is helping you and they're sending you sign. Page of Swords. This is you learning to find your truth and clarity. And for those of you, if this is a love situation that you've been dealing with, you've been with someone where at every turn you had to fight, where you feel like you were the one carrying that relationship, where you feel that person perhaps brought a lot of conflict in your life that was not there before, where you felt like you're stuck in this situation with that person, you're stuck in this dance with that person, you want to turn your back, but here you are. When you turn again, it's a tight place you are at here. You can turn your back for so long, you feel stuck. Okay, you feel like this is water, like it's kind of like there's like they're walking on water inside that makeshift barrier that's literally wide open with the swords are making. It's like they're walking on their own emotions, right? The thoughts of creating, that taking a life of their own, creating, they come with so much emotions. So for those of you, this is a love situation. There is some kind of communication, there is some kind of truth that's gonna come, okay? That's gonna bring you to that harmony, that's gonna bring you that that union that you're seeking, okay? That's gonna make things fair, that's gonna bring it, that togetherness that you want. There's a communication coming. And yes, it seems like this communication is gonna come through the troubles, because there's a storm here in that Page of Swords, okay? It may not come as smoothly as you expect it to be. It may not come with flowers and the roses and the prince on the swords. It's been coming. Someone has to go through the storm here to bring you that truth. Someone have to learn the lessons a harsh way to come into that truth to make that union happen, okay? And look at the bottom here, we have the moon card. So especially during this full moon, pay attention to the signs you're receiving during this full moon, okay, Libra? Especially for those of you that are dealing with a love situation, pay attention to the sign. Notice the sign during this full moon, because I feel like there is something, that there's a communication coming towards you. There is something, there's a clarity, there's a truth that's going to be communicated to you, that you will be receiving, that's going to set you I don't want to say to set you free, but that was what's coming through. Some of you, that's going to set you free, and for some of you, that's going to bring you into a union and to help you to make that decision that you're trying to make. So you know you're on the right path, to let you know you're on the right path. The Spirit already told you here to stay on your present path, as it will take you very far indeed. Okay? And there's gonna be a sign. You're gonna be receiving a sign, some kind of communication very soon to let you know this. Here you go. Give your relationship a chance, of course. Okay, so for some of you, that a current relationship that you are currently dealing with, that has brought a lot of trouble, where there hasn't been any peace, where there hasn't been any harmony, and that you've just felt like you're stuck, you felt the burden and all of that, there's been conflict. Spirit is telling you to give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership, because it's worth it. Okay? This could be the one was at the bottom of the deck. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Yes. This is some people that you're already together. That's what I feel like. This is not a new relationship. This is a relationship between two people. It is an existing relationship. And Spirit's gonna send you a sign. Some kind of communication is gonna come to make you feel like, okay, you have not been wasting your time. That this is worth it. Okay, working on it is worth it. Giving your relationship a chance is worth it. Working on it is worth it. Staying on the present path will take you very far indeed, and that Spirit is working with you, and they're gonna send you the signs to give you the courage to carry on, to give you the little a sign of optimism, right? To give you some food for thought to keep your courage up, okay? Because you're not alone and you're very loved, and they've been working on you on this. Even if it's not a romantic situation, if it's a work situation, it's just you, your own self, trying to understand yourself, trying to understand your living situation, trying to understand your working situation. It still applies. Take the reading and the message and apply it as it fits to your story. And thank you so much for your support. Come back next week for the next set of reading. And Libra, as always, like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it. I appreciate the support. And as always, remember, love is indeed the only answer. Bye.